Hey, yo, what is going on, guys? Cash and Clean here as always. So today I want to talk to you guys about time-gated stuff because it does happen. We get hit with a giant wall, we get stuck, we play other games, and we kind of move on from Trove. So I kind of want to break this barrier a little bit because a lot of people end up quitting around the 35 to 40k mark, or for other reasons, or just IRL stuff happens. I don't know. So the big thing here, time-gated things, you can overcome them, but not in the way that you think. So I guess this isn't really the answer that you want, but this is kind of all you can do, because if you're waiting for time-gated things, there isn't a whole lot you can do, but I guess maybe there is on the other hand. So a lot of people kind of get stuck behind gems and primordial dragons, because you just have to do your dailies, or you have to do a ton of gem dust grinding, and then you get stuck behind the 9th lives, so you have to wait until the weekly resets for you to even get that, and then the dailies for your cubits, for the diamond dragonites, for all that stuff. So yes, you do have to wait for that stuff, but there's other things you can do in preparation. So what I mean by that is you can make use of how you farm. So let's just say your main mission is to get higher power rank and you need to focus on these gems, but you can't because of these 9th lives. One of the big things that I noticed is that people just stick to this one thing, so let's just say gems for example, and they solely focus on this, sometimes doing other things here and there, like weeklies, like your lunar souls and stuff like that. There is other things you can do. Like, I know you want to work on powering, but there's other things you can do. Like, you can work on permatorches, for example. You can work on leveling up your classes for mastery. You can work on your geode mastery. You can work on getting flux. You can work on getting materials, or you can even work on getting gem dust. Because if you're working on getting gem dust, then once you get the 9th lives for preparation, then you can actually use them and get further on. And I do understand it because, you know, sometimes people get lazy, other things happen, it's just too much to grind, or maybe just some people don't want to do it. But it will save you in the long run, because at some point you might have to do your badges, at some point you might have to do something. So if you're just getting it out of the way, then it could work out for the better. So if you're in a position where you're stuck behind time-gated things, you don't really play Trove as often, maybe you still are, maybe you're a returning player and there's just too much overwhelming stuff, well, I do have a bunch of guides on my channel, and there's some other Trove content creators. You can check out their channels as well in case you find a guide that's helpful for you. But as I gain more experience with Trove, just hearing about your guys' story on stuff, my best advice is to stick to something else whenever you're stuck. And you know, it just happens. Sometimes you get stuck. Like right now, I need to farm Mystic gear, but I could just prepare gem boxes for the new Mystic gems coming out. I could just wait and farm those when they do come out, but I'd rather be prepared. So I'm still gonna do my depth delve Monday farming, because you get the bonus soul of the depths when you do that. But as you can see in the gameplay right now, I'm farming gem boxes. So you can just throw in, you know, something else. It doesn't have to be necessarily that. It can be something delve related. You can farm mementos, but while you're farming mementos, you can work on your Leviathan badge, or if you've already completed that, maybe you can work on getting permatorches for other classes. You can try to make progress in some category that you haven't done much in, or even making flux. I have a flux guide on my channel. I guess some methods are kind of out of date, especially if you're on console, because of the whole duping incident. But I'd say events are where you can take advantage of getting flux, because if you're farming specific resources, like those resources will be needed for events, they will be needed for chaos chest items, they might even be needed for new mastery items that come out, especially with the Mystic Gem update. I don't know what those items are. You can make use of your gathering day on Tuesdays to collect whatever it is that you want. And then later on down the line, it might come out for an event, the prices will skyrocket, and you can sell that for profit. It's more of a long-term type thing. You can kind of get yourself in the loop of where you're just cycling through materials and just with specific events, and it doesn't even have to be selling like resources, for example, because you might need that for other mastery items. You can farm specific mounts, like Sunfest, for example. There's the cake dungeons. You can farm for about an hour or two, maybe get a mount or something, and you can also combine it with your gem box farming, so you can try your luck with that. And if you do happen to get a mount or something, or a costume, or whatever the case is, you can try selling it if you need flux urgently, or if you can wait. You can wait until after the event, wait until the prices go up a little bit, or maybe even a lot, and you can just sell it then. So that's gonna be my biggest advice to you guys. Just try to focus on something else whenever you get stuck. It does happen. You might get stuck multiple times, but it doesn't mean that you're done with Trove. There's other things that you can farm for. It's just more so if you want to put in the time to do it. Like I said before, you know, we get lazy, things happen. Maybe you just don't have the motivation to do it, but you know, eventually you're gonna have to do it. And I have seen a lot of you guys giving me updates about your powering. I do love seeing those types of messages. I'm glad my videos have been helping out. And at the end of the day, you guys are putting in the work. You guys are getting the outcome. So shout outs to you guys, and shout outs to everyone watching. So keep up the grind, keep up the farm. You know, don't give up. You might get a little bit of a setback, but the thing about Trove is that you can only move forward unless you get banned. then I guess that's a massive step backwards. But it doesn't mean that you can't pass your previous position. If you got to that power rank, you can easily do it again. It'll obviously take some time, but you can do it. Just put in the work. I believe in you guys. And if you want to take some breaks, that's cool too. Just make sure you're not getting too burnt out with Trove. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think you guys get the point of the video. I just don't want to see people getting stuck behind time-gated things. You know, it happens. But there's also other things to work on if you guys need it. But yeah, that's the main point of the video. Either way, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you find yourself coming back. And I'll talk to you guys later.